A 5-meter-tall giant human skeleton unexpectedly discovered in Malaysia shocks the world. The Earth, the place where we live, is a great mystery that humanity has been relentlessly trying to solve for thousands of years. Numerous research findings have helped humans gain a deeper understanding of their environment and themselves in the survival journey. The formation of Earth and the emergence of humans have been systematically documented and decoded by scientists through countless theories. However, this knowledge is still limited and hasn't yet explored all the depths of the universe's history. In today's 4.0 era, humans continue to search for important signals from nature, but in reality, our understanding is still very limited, especially when we face stories about mysterious creatures such as giants. Are these creatures merely products of imagination, or is there some truth that has been hidden for centuries? Did giants truly exist in the past? And is there any evidence to prove they did? Let's explore this in today's video to get a clearer answer to this question. The 5-meter-tall giant skeleton in Malaysia. On December 17, 2016, Malaysian historian Mohd Fuad Kusari M. Said revealed a shocking discovery on Pulau Upe Island, off the coast of Malacca, Malaysia. While searching for archaeological remains on the authorization of the Malacca state government, he found a skeleton much larger than a typical human, located in a cave. The exposed bones he discovered led him to believe that this skeleton belonged to a person who was impressively tall, between 3 to 5 meters. This discovery could provide evidence supporting stories of giants once living in Malacca, especially during the Malay Kingdom period. Historian Fuad believes that the size of the skull and the bones suggests the person had an extraordinary physique. Moreover, the skeleton's size corresponds to that of large tombs, such as the tomb of King Arifin and the 7 warrior brothers on Pulau Besar, Johor, Malaysia. However, these tombs have not yet been excavated, making the giant story in this area still an unsolved mystery. In addition to the skeleton, Mohd Fuad also discovered 2 unusually large tombs about 1.2 kilometers from the cave. These tombs are 5 meters long, 0.5 meters wide, and spaced about 20 meters apart. But he decided to report it to the authorities rather than proceed with the excavation. This new discovery at Pulau Upe raises intriguing questions about the existence of giant-sized people in ancient history and is expected to provide valuable information for research on history and archaeological sites in Malaysia. It is very likely that future breakthroughs will help prove the existence of a race of giants. Giant skull found in the forest of Peru. We truly cannot know how many shocking events have occurred during Earth's long transformation. Every time archaeologists make new discoveries, they pull us deeper into a fog that challenges our current understanding of humanity. As we know, the term aliens refers to life outside of Earth, and the idea of extraterrestrials landing on Earth and interacting with humans is a frequent theme in science fiction films. But do aliens really exist? In November 2011, archaeologists from a museum in Peru, South America, uncovered 2 very strange skeletons while conducting an archaeological dig in Andahuaylas, Las, a city in southeastern Peru, attracting widespread attention. According to a Russian scientist, these mummies are unmistakably the remains of extraterrestrials. Specifically, archaeologist Renato Davila Riquelme from the Peru Museum discovered the 2 mummies in the Andahuaylas forest in southern Peru, one of which had a giant skull. Local television also interviewed and reported on this shocking discovery, which stirred public interest. The skull of one skeleton measured 50 centimeters, and remarkably, it was the same height as the rest of the body, which was 100 centimeters tall. This was clearly very different from modern humans. Looking at the features of the huge eye sockets on this giant skull, it resembled the depictions of aliens in the media. The skull's sutures were still visible, and the skeleton had 2 wisdom teeth. Additionally, another skeleton was found, but it had no face, and its total length was only about 30 centimeters. This skeleton appeared to be wrapped in something when it was found, positioned like a fetus curled up in the womb. Interestingly, the 2 skulls closely resembled the alien skulls in the 2008 movie Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Could these really be extraterrestrial beings? Could they truly be creatures from distant planets? After this discovery, 3 archaeologists from Spain and Russia were the first to arrive at the site. They thoroughly examined the skeleton and DNA tested the remaining right eye from the skeleton. As a result, the archaeologists confidently concluded that this was not a human but an alien species, an alien with a giant head. The skeleton is now well preserved in a museum in the ancient city of Cusco, Peru, and this event has added yet another mystery to the concept of extraterrestrials. Humanity believes that science and technology are progress, the soul of all things. However, the great scientist Einstein, known as the father of modern physics, once said, "The things we don't know are always greater than the things we do know." Do you believe these are aliens? I don't. I think this is solid evidence that giants truly existed. The giant finger. In 1988, a giant finger measuring 38 centimeters was found in an ancient tomb in Egypt, causing a stir in the public. Some people at the time believed this was proof of the existence of giants. According to the person who uncovered it, the giant finger was retrieved from inside an Egyptian tomb, but they refused to reveal the exact location. After information about the giant finger was made public, many people dismissed it as a hoax. However, X-ray scans were conducted on the enormous finger, confirming that it was indeed a real finger. Scientists then studied how this finger would fit into a body. After some time, experts concluded that the 38 centimeters finger belonged to an individual approximately 5 meters tall and weighing between 600 to 800 kilograms. Because of this, it was believed that these measurements matched those of a giant. For a long time, stories and legends have described giants as having bodies much larger and more muscular than ordinary humans. However, since the giant finger mysteriously disappeared, experts still cannot conclusively confirm if it was indeed part of a giant's body. Giant skeleton in the Rocky Mountains of Nevada desert. Every land, every mountain where people have stepped foot and lived, has its own stories and legends filled with mystery. Sometimes, these stories are simply local myths with no evidence to support them. However, the legend of the giants in the Nevada desert is different. It is said that in a lonely cave on a mountain deep within the Nevada desert, a race of giants once lived. While many skeptics believe this is just a fabricated tale, some individuals, including archaeologists, have worked for over a century to uncover and attempt to decode this unbelievable story. Native Americans in Nevada have lived in the area surrounding the Humboldt Dry Lake for over 4,000 years, and over that time, archaeologists and locals have contributed to unearthing clues. According to oral legends passed down by the Paiute tribe, in the early 1900s, guano miners were the first to uncover the remains of a giant-like skeleton in and around the Lovelock Cave area of Nevada. The Paiute tribe named the giants Siteka, or the cattail eaters, and believed they inhabited the region. The area around Lovelock Cave was so rich in artifacts that despite many being lost over time, archaeologists still managed to recover around 10,000 invaluable items over the years. Legend says that they even found unusually red hair, which was not only strange considering the location and race of the Siteka, but also raised countless unanswered questions about the origin of the skeletons. The skeletons uncovered were found to be over 2.4 meters tall, much larger than the Paiute tribe or any other human race known. The Lovelock Cave also revealed traces of smoke, suggesting that a civilization once thrived there. So what happened to the red-haired giant people, the Siteka of Lovelock Cave? While archaeologists and local theories conflict, the Paiute legend claims that the giants were ruthless. It is said that they set traps, kidnapped, and harmed other native tribes. However, the Siteka eventually became trapped and perished in the cave. To this day, people continue to debate whether the people who once lived in Lovelock Cave were truly giants, where they came from, and what actually happened to cause their extinction. Giant skull in Romania. In 1940, archaeologists in Argidava, Romania, conducted an excavation of artifacts from the ruins of a fortress once ruled by Burebista, the king of the Dacian people. Among those involved in the excavation was an 80-year-old local man named Ionita Floria, who accidentally discovered a giant skull, nearly 3 times the size of an ordinary human's. However, when the archaeological team was informed, the locals who had been hired were suddenly dismissed, leaving only the archaeological team to continue digging up the rest of the site. A total of 80 skeletons were unearthed, along with large ceramic jars used for storing rice, many of which were intact and mysteriously loaded onto trucks and taken away. To this day, the whereabouts of these skeletons and why the discovery was suppressed remains a mystery. Could it be that they uncovered something about the giant race in the legends and wanted to hide it from the public? Or is there another mystery behind this discovery that we may never know? 5,000-year-old giant human bones in China. Since 2016, archaeologists have begun excavating a vast site in eastern China. This site is the remains of 104 houses, 205 collective graves, and 20 sacrificial pits. These relics belong to an ancient culture called the Longshan culture, which existed during the Stone Age around 5,000 years ago. More recently, scientists have discovered unusually tall and robust human skeletons. The bones found have exceptional height compared to the vast majority of people today. One of the skeletons reaches 1.9 meters in height, while many other skeletons are 1.8 meters or even taller. Archaeologists have stated that this is likely just the skeletal structure. As if this person were alive, they would certainly be over 1.9 meters tall, possibly even 2 meters. This finding supports the idea that giants may have truly existed, as at that time, food shortages and lack of proper nutrition would have made it impossible for people to reach such towering heights. The skeleton of the exceptionally tall man was found in a larger grave site, leading researchers to conclude that, due to his remarkable height, he must have held a high status within his community. Additionally, archaeologists discovered several wounds to the head and legs of the taller skeleton. These injuries appeared shortly after burial, possibly resulting from power struggles between individuals during their lifetimes. The mysterious footprints of giants. The question of whether giants ever existed in human history has long been a subject of speculation among experts and scientists who have spent decades searching for answers. Numerous groups of researchers have conducted expeditions in search of evidence of giants, uncovering some noteworthy traces that may prove their existence. One of these discoveries includes giant footprints. In 1912, a hunter named Stoffel Kudzi discovered a massive footprint near the town of Mpuluzi in South Africa. Experts estimated that the footprint was approximately 200 million years old and measured about 1.2 meters in length. The local people called it God's footprint. Another giant footprint, dating back 290 million years, was found by biologist Jerry McDonald in New Mexico in 1987. On August 24, 2016, a giant footprint was discovered by a team of photographers in Pingyan Village, Guizhou Province, China. According to experts, these enormous footprints were imprinted into stone. Some of the footprints, such as the left foot, measure 57 centimeters long, 20 centimeters wide, and 3 centimeters deep. These footprints could originate from ancient times. Based on these footprints, experts believe that giants once roamed the earth. However, many mysteries remain, such as when they appeared and why they disappeared, which still require researchers to gather more clues and scientific evidence in the future to prove the existence of giants. The giant sword in an ancient tomb in Japan. A mirror and a sword with an unusual shape over 2 meters in length were discovered at the Tomiyomaru-yama ancient burial mound, which is also the largest circular kofun mound tomb in Japan, built in the latter half of the 4th century. The Kofun period is a historical era in Japan known for its distinctive burial customs, which is why the term is used to describe these ancient round burial mounds. The sword is a type of Japanese dakoken sword, but it is exceptionally long at 2.3 meters, resembling a weapon made for a giant. The bronze mirror, shaped like a shield, was buried right beside it, in a layer of clay covering a 5-meter-long wooden coffin. The mirror, which stands 64 centimeters tall and 31 centimeters wide, features strange designs and is different from other mirrors used as grave goods in Japan. While most mirrors are round, this one is shaped like a shield. It is also the largest of all the ancient bronze mirrors ever excavated in Japan. The entire burial mound has a diameter of 86 meters and a height of 10 meters, indicating that the person buried there was an important figure. In addition to these two unusual treasures, many other grave goods were found, including bronze items, decorative mirrors depicting gods and animals, everyday tools and farming implements. Researchers believe that the sword and the bronze mirror were not intended for the deceased to use, but were created for ceremonial purposes. Clearly, only a giant from legend could wield such a large sword. The skeleton of a 2.02-meter giant. In 1991, during an excavation at the ancient Fidene Cemetery in Rome, Italy, archaeologists discovered the skeleton of a man who stood at an extraordinary height of 2.02 meters. This was surprising because in the 3rd century, the average height of Roman men was only about 1.67 meters. As a result, the discovery quickly attracted attention, and many experts began to speculate whether this man could have been a true giant. However, when the skeleton was examined, researchers found a tumor in the man's pituitary gland. This was the likely cause of his excessive production of growth hormones, leading to abnormal height growth from childhood that continued into adulthood. Further examination revealed that the man died at around the age of 16 to 20, and his cause of death was possibly related to heart disease or respiratory issues, although scientists still need to conduct more research to determine the exact cause. Charlotte Roberts, an archaeologist at Durham University in the UK, has shown great interest in giants in ancient Roman society. She believes that aside from investigating the causes of this exceptional growth, it is also important to study how such giants were treated in society. Previous studies have shown that ancient Romans were very fond of performances featuring people with unusual physiques, such as dwarves or hunchbacks. Therefore, individuals with extraordinary height, like the man whose skeleton measured over 2 meters, may have made a living as performers, attracting crowds of millions for entertainment. This story about the giant opens a new chapter in the study of medicine and biology, while also offering fascinating insights into ancient society and its inhabitants. The footprints of the giant Cap DWA. The story began in 1673 when Spanish sailors discovered the body of a giant washed up on the shores of Patagonia, South America. This individual had been killed by a spear thrust into his chest while trying to resist. After the discovery, the sailors decided to preserve the giant's body and take it on exhibition tours worldwide. Most notably, the preserved body of Cap DWA, who stood 3.66 meters tall, became a star in exhibitions in Britain and the United States during the 19th century and was eventually kept in a museum in Baltimore, Maryland. Cap DWA is believed to belong to a race of giants that lived in Patagonia, a region famously described by explorer Ferdinand Magellan as home to giant native people. Magellan caused a stir when he recounted that he and his expedition encountered people who were twice the size of Europeans at the time, making Patagonia a mysterious place in the eyes of many. However, the story of Cap DWA has sparked significant controversy. While many believe this is evidence of the existence of giants on Earth, others remain skeptical. The height of 3.66 meters, and especially the fact that this giant had 2 heads, led many experts to suggest that this could be a hoax. Historical records make no mention of Cap DWA, and the tallest person recorded in history, Robert Wadlow, was only 2.47 meters tall and died at the age of 22. Due to the lack of verifiable information, many people believe the story of this giant is either a product of imagination or an elaborate fraud. Still, Cap DWA remains part of the unsolved legends and one of the mysterious tales of giant creatures once rumored to have existed on Earth. Do you, like me, believe that Cap DWA is a living proof of the existence of giants? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. The tower built with giant bones. You may not know that the Tower of Hercules, proudly standing at the port of La Coruña, Galicia, in northeastern Spain, is not only an ancient lighthouse, but is also tied to mysterious legends about giants. The Tower of Hercules was built on the rocky hill of Punta Uras, initially standing 34 meters tall. Over the centuries, the tower has been repaired and upgraded and now reaches a height of 55 meters. Completed in the 2nd century AD by the Romans, the Tower of Hercules is considered the oldest lighthouse in the world, still in existence today. In 2009, the Tower of Hercules was honored by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Archaeologists have discovered golden inscriptions praising the god of war at the base of the lighthouse, leading to the hypothesis that the tower not only served as a lighthouse, but could have also been a defensive fortification, protecting the Roman army from enemy attacks. The Tower of Hercules is also prominent in ancient legends, particularly the story of the hero Hercules and his legendary battle with the giant Geryon. According to the myth, Hercules fought for 3 days and nights, ultimately defeating Geryon and burying him in the ground. The Tower of Hercules was later built on the site believed to be where the hero buried the giant's remains. Although excavations have yet to uncover Geryon's bones, the story of the giant and the Tower of Hercules continues to captivate the curiosity of visitors from all over the world. These ancient legends contribute to the special allure of the Tower of Hercules, a structure that not only holds historical significance but also hides bizarre myths about giant creatures. As for me, I still firmly believe that giants truly existed. Did giants once exist on Earth and go extinct? Or did they complete their mission and return to their place of origin? Could they have been beings from another planet who came to Earth and will return someday? So many questions can be asked, and the answers may remain mysteries forever. Humans have always sought to unravel these mysteries related to themselves and their planet. Humanity has expanded its research into the universe, continually seeking answers. While waiting for the results of these studies, we can let the giants live on in the rich imagination of each person. So, what are your thoughts on this? Feel free to leave your opinion in the comments below, and don't forget to give our channel a like and subscribe so you won't miss out on other fascinating discoveries. Now, goodbye and see you next time.